Today in this video, I would like to take you through the steps how a pretty portrait is created with watercolor and in Photoshop, starting from a pencil scratch. Not a long journey, but a series of lovely steps. The usual practice for creating artwork is that you just start straight away from a paper and a pencil or Photoshop. Occasionally, a sketch will be made first, then got scanned into the computer to be developed further. And then we will journey step by step in creating these pretty things. So, this won't be a typical tutorial, but I hope this video will be useful for friends who are interested in how I usually make my art and for everyone interested in art too. I think most artists will agree that inspiration usually comes from within. What thoughts come in my mind first? What am I following? And what thoughts in my mind? And what do I like? Of course, not everything one only idea can be put together into the painting. So, I will try to capture whatever comes into my mind quickest, and then I cut them all together by using different tools and mediums. Time for the eyes, similar process, so no worries. We'll be going layer by layer. Let's see what the brush tool can do. You can create really nice steps with different brush types and sizes, so I can tell you this technique can help you create pretty many things. Start with the sketch and scan it to your computer. This is the format you see in Photoshop. Okay, now you will see the easy way to get it started or retouch in Photoshop. Firstly, I remove those dirty spots and uneven skin tone so the image will be more clean and it can be more enhancing the painting. I did some improvements to the lines, shading, and lighting so that they can be more visible and create dimensional. Time for the eyes, similar process, so no worries. We'll be going layer by layer. The extra one you have to play with is on shading. You can even play more with lighting by dodge tool and burn tool. And you can take similar steps for the lips. Let's see what the brush tool can do. And I'm adding the texture of watercolor on her face to create freckles. We'll be adding other required minor subjects too for the composition of main and minor objects, the girl and the flowers. With what we have done so far, we can see the foundations of the painting now. Once the colors were added and settled, we can do the more detailed stuff like shading, lighting, or adjustments. The next step will be adding colors where required in the background. To get the interesting look and a taste of whimsical, you just have to add more texture with the brush tool. Being able to add colors as much as you want is also a cool thing. You can create really nice dubs with different brush types and sizes, so I can tell you this technique can help you create many pretty things. Okay, now please give special attention to her hair. We'll be working with the brush tool, and you are already familiar with the basic tools by now because you'll be using it many times. Okay, now you have seen how I create the mixed media painting. So this is the final beauty that comes out of the process. I always intended the main subject to be a girl or a young lady. I have also added supported things like the flowers, some plants were added, and plus some texture details in the background. I hope you enjoy my video for somewhat useful. I'll be very grateful if you can share it with your friends, people you know who are interested in art. Wishing you have inspirations and discoveries. Thanks for watching.